Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Happy Monday. Time to get the week kicked off, and you can laugh at my expense because I have screwed myself over and will not be able to do the More Again Fusion. So I will explain what happened, and we will get the week kicked off for Raid Shadow Legends. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, we have got some events like the faction tournaments to vote on. I'll give you a little bit of context on that here in a little bit, but okay, I can't do the More Again Fusion because I was sitting here at night playing Raid, multitasking, doing a bunch of different things. I was going through my tavern, upgrading champions, trying to keep things sorted, trying to make sure I'm doing the champion training event that is live currently. I have to get like 10,000 points, trying to make sure I'm keeping pace with the fusion and all of that. You can see the champion training event ending soon, and I needed to get down to 9350 to keep pace because the way the More Again Fusion is structured, you cannot miss a single thing. There's no epic up for grabs if you do a lot of champion summoning or a lot of shard point during one of the events. There is no way to earn a bonus rare. It is do not pass go directly to jail if you mess up anything. And what happened was I was sitting here going through upgrading champions while I was like playing Overwatch. I'm playing Overwatch with DM. We're crushing it, and then like during the queue, I'm sitting here upgrading champions. Boom, okay, upgrading, boom, boom, boom. And what happened was I accidentally fed one of the rares that is in the fusion and that means I'm done. So like there is no different indicator. Like I'm so used to these little spirals right here, these warnings that like they're on so many different champions, like for the Ryzen fusion and all sorts of different things. It doesn't stand out in my mind. I'm so used to clicking like, oh, okay, yep, I got, okay, yep, got, oh, yeah, okay, and boom, okay, sacrifice, upgrade, boom, okay, cool. And I'm so used to doing that because there is no difference with the fusion rare, absolutely screwed myself over and fed it to upgrade a champion. Because as you can see, this right here, this is the rare. And yes, it does give you a warning. This champion can be used to fuse another champion. Are you sure you want to sacrifice this champion? It's the exact same warning that we've all seen thousands of times for every other rare. So like this swirl needs to be like bright red and bigger. If it's a current ongoing event fusion that is a special champion for like the Halloween fusion, it needs to be like a red big outline, and then when you click on here, it needs to be in a different location. It needs to be like a different pop-up that says this is a current legendary event. We highly recommend. You should have to like check a box or something to sacrifice that. Like completely absurd that I mean, it's my fault, ultimately. I can't really blame anybody but myself. I should have been paying attention if I'm feeding champions during a fusion. So, ultimately, it is my fault, but I do want to rant a little bit just to feel better about myself and blame someone else because it feels better to do that. But, yeah, anyway, just a reminder out there, if you're going for the More Again fusion, be careful when you're champion training and make sure and watch out because I should have like 3 or 4 copies of this rare by now, and I have 2. So, it's like I'm basically screwed because the way it works, there's no way I'm ever going to get another one. And I can pull this up while we're talking about it. But yeah, you've got the 4, 4, 4, and 4 with no epic at all right here. So that means if you accidentally sacrifice one of these rares that you summoned, now you've only got 3 and GG, you cannot do the fusion at all. Now, I guess the one option that I would have available to me is, do I want to go through and rip a bunch of ancient shards? But there is no like 10x for the rare champion or anything. Like you could very easily spend 10,000 gems and not get a copy of that rare if I were just ripping ancient shards normally. So it's like, do I want to do that for More Again? I don't think More Again is that special. Now, if More Again was Kymar, Duchess, or something like that, Krisk, like then okay, I'd probably go for making sure I can make up for my champion training mistake and get back into the running for the Fusion. But I was actually going to do a video or record a video on this later today in terms of the community thoughts around the Morrigan Fusion and how I think Plarium missed the mark a little bit, and it was going to dive into some of the numbers and the polling I've done around the Morrigan Fusion specifically. But in this video, I wanted to tell you my story as a warning if you're going for the Fusion, and then also let's get into some other stuff so we can get the week kicked off here for Raid. So, okay, first of all, if you go through the news tab, you will see this faction tournaments thing going on right here, where they're going to be running a series of special tournaments that require you to use a specific faction. And for this round of tournaments, only champions from Corrupted Alliance can be used, which is going to be the Demon Spawn, Undead, Dark Elves, and Knight Revenant. And then you get to decide which factions and where to use them. So we click on the details button right here, and it will take us through a way for you to vote. I can pull that up for you and do it live here on video. So we have got the different dungeons right here. Dungeons for the event you want to use. I mean, no one's gonna choose Ice Golem probably, so it's gonna be these three that get chosen the most. You know, I would probably, the Fire Knight is probably the best for me overall, and then you pick a faction. So Fire Knight would be, I mean, the good thing is all these factions are good. I think Demon Spawn, Undead, and Dark Elves are pretty much unanimously regarded as the top 3 factions overall. You know, you've got like your Demon Spawn with your Kymar Duchess, and then your Undead with Siphi and Rhodos and Battle and Mashalette, and so many good champions there. Your Dark Elves with Lydia and all the different really good, useful champions that Dark Elves have. Knight Revenant is probably top 6 or 7. Still a pretty good faction with lots of good champions in there. But for me personally, I mean, I've got like Duchess and Kymar and stuff, but I don't really use that for the Fire Knight. But it would be, you know, for Fire Knight, I don't think it's really going to be a big deal which one I choose. I can probably make a team for any of them. So I'd probably, who's the most crucial role? I'd probably go with Dark Elves, you know, with like Lydia and Coldheart and all that. I'm sure I could build a decent team. So then we do that, and I guess we click the arrow after that. Oh, you're picking one for each thing. Oh, okay. Well, it'd be nice to have Dark Elves for Spider as well. But I could build a sustain team with Undead, sure, okay. And so Spider, oh, that's weird. It just started me at a different place here. Okay. Probably Ice Golem, sure. Knight Revenant, why not? And then for the Dragon, we can go Demon Spawn. Okay, boom. And there we go. We've got all of that, and submit. Okay, there it is. So we'll see if this ends up being a good thing or a bad thing. You know, I will give kudos to Plarium for trying something new. They're kind of throwing a bunch of darts at the board, which I like. Let's see which one of these things stick. They did like the Deck of Fate, and they're trying to throw some new mechanics in the game. I think anytime that we do things like this where the players can feel more active in the community and have more control over things going on is fine, but we'll have to see how good the rewards are and what the tournament structures end up being and stuff like that. So we'll have to stay tuned to see if the faction tournaments is going to be a success or a dud. As far as the stuff going on in game this week, obviously the Morrigan Fusion, and I'm going to be recording a dedicated video because I want to talk about a few things regarding this Fusion. I don't think many of you out there are committed to doing the Fusion based on some of the polling I've done, but if you are, again, make sure you're not missing out on anything in terms of events and tournaments, and make sure you're hitting those end times and getting the points you need. Now, we did have 2x Sacreds last weekend, which means the normal rotation of Ancient, Sacred, Void would mean 2x Voids is going to be next, starting in about 10 days or so, and this week should be some sort of guaranteed summon or 10x event. Now, a lot of people think we're due for a guaranteed summon coming up pretty soon, and I would expect that because it's been a long time. It's been a few months now at this point, so probably this week is going to be some sort of guaranteed, and we'll know within the next day or two, and I'll make sure to keep you in the loop here on the channel on my thoughts for the guaranteed event. If there is one coming, if there isn't one, there will be some sort of 10x involving 8 different champions, 4 legendaries, and 4 epics that'll be starting here on this Friday. There will be no clan versus clan this week. So your next CVC match will be next Tuesday, starting about 8 days from now. The tournaments and events we don't really have to go over. There's nothing super special. There will be an Ice Golem tournament for the Gelen Pact, and I'll have to get a video out there for the best team to put together for that, because that'll be starting tomorrow. And there'll probably be some sort of Awakening Mechanics or Void Shard or something up for grabs. That'll be one of the easiest tournaments to win. So if you're super excited about Relentless Gear or finishing in the top 2 to get Ancient Shard or something, the Ice Golem tournament, that is a specific faction, is about as easy of a tournament to win as it's going to get. So your group will probably only have like 3 or 4 players that are dedicated to going after that. So that event will be worth covering. And remember to subscribe below, because I will always do dedicated videos on tournaments like this to help you pick the best team. I usually show the team that I'm going to use, and then we also talk about champions that can be considered if you don't have the specific champions that I'm using. Then under the events tab, this is just a bunch of stuff for the Morrigan Fusion that we have been covering. So offers, is there anything that might be worth plugging in? The Spooktastic Pack. So I'll plug that in here in a little bit. 101% mini mixes are great. We've got Halloween artwork. So these are some of the better offers you're going to get in Raid. So if you're a spender at all for Raid, go ahead and scoop that one up. That's decent for a high spending new player, but not going to be worth it in general. And then Halloween pack. Okay, I don't think that's going to be super good, but let me pull up the calculator and we'll plug these in. Right there. So we've got 250 energy, and then we're going to do 8 ancients. Okay. And 4 of the voids and a sacred shard. So boom. And grades out as 40. So not quite a 2x. I would want one that is worth 50. I like diving in and recommending the 2x value offers. So this would be a pass for me, but for high spenders, this would be a good pack because it's almost a 2x. And then the Spooktastic event. Hopefully this one is a 2x. So let's clear this out. We don't have that. So we got 1.1 million. Then for the XP brews, we're going to do 30. What do we got here? It'd be 8 energy refills. Okay. And we already did that. Then we need to get the 6 void shards. We need to delete the ancients and sacreds. And then we need to do 6 of the 4-star chicken. And we're going to do 2 of the 5-star chicken. Okay. And boom, 3197. Oh, I didn't put in the multi-battles. What is that? 160 multi-battles. That won't change it a ton. Yeah, 33. I didn't miss anything, did I? We got the 6 voids. That's the most important thing. And then I think I got it all. So, yep, unfortunately, not a great pack in my opinion. They should have thrown in a Sacred Shard or something, but yeah, it's not even close to a 2x. So, yeah, unfortunately, it's been a while since we've seen a really great offer come through the shop. Like one of those banger 2.5, 3x offers. Nothing that I'm super excited for other than the 101% mini mix pack. That one is pretty good. So alrighty, that is going to get our week kicked off for Raid Shadow Legends. Got a lot going on this week. I'm working on hosting a show on Tuesday nights live on stream where I hang out with a bunch of different content creators and we do trivia with the viewers and kind of interact in a fun way to talk about everything going on in game with a bunch of different people and give the viewers something to do while they're listening. So I'm hoping to be able to do that tomorrow night on Tuesday night. I'm going to work hard to line that up and get that done and start that on a weekly rotation. So look out for people like Jay Giggs and Smiley and Mad Capper and all sorts of different people, Darth, that we're going to try to have a fun time with it and give you something to do on Tuesday nights to stay in the loop of everything going on in Raid. We've got to get the Chosen versus Darth free-to-play competition launched. Me and Darth are working on lining up our schedules. It's kind of like we'll be fine once we get together and get it started, and then we can sit here and kind of manage our accounts, but we were wanting to start that about 4 or 5 days ago, and it's just it's hard to get 2 busy people to line up their schedules and meet up and go live and make day 1 happen. But that is coming very soon, I promise, and we are still dedicated to doing it. And got to get a video out for the Golem, got to get a video out about the Morrigan Fusion and some craziness that I think Plarium missed the mark on that. So yeah, I will be covering all of that for you here on the channel. And as always, thanks for watching. Have a great start to your week. I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace.